So one other little Java detail I wanted to talk about with this isotropic and anisotropic example. I'm looking at the isotropic one right now. It has this code in here in the constructor for the canvas. This is add mouse listener. And you remember we talked about how basically the way one of those pieces of Java is this communication with the operating system, the Java virtual machine that communicates with the operating system. So if the operating system notices a window, that the X on a window has been clicked, or mouse clicks in a particular place, on the screen, it'll send a message to the Java virtual machine, and the Java virtual machine will call certain, activate certain classes and methods and stuff inside of Java. So one of those that we saw before was in the redirect example, this window adapter. And the way we set up our window adapter was we created this anonymous class. So basically we're creating a class that extends window adapter and overrides the window closing method. And we wrote this little override notation in here because that made NetBeans happy. But notice, basically, the thing to notice here is that this method, add window listener, has to be a method belonging to the class that you're in. So our redirect, we didn't write the add window listener, but the frame class inherits an add window listener method, and redirect inherits that from the frame class. So actually, if you look up if you look up window, the window class. Well, wait, let me back up a little bit. If we go back and look at our frame class. So notice frame is a subclass of the window class. Okay, so frame itself doesn't have the add window listener method, but if you go up to the window class, you can find the oh, did I go up? Yeah, add window focus. Yeah, add window listener in here. So the frame class inherits the add window listener method, and then the redirect, because redirect extends frame. Where is it? Yeah, redirect extends frame. Then redirect inherits that add window listener method. Okay, so what that allows us to do is, like I said, we can register this window adapter with this add window listener method, and then when this guy gets clicked, this window gets notified. Okay, so there's a similar thing going on over here. Now notice this is a canvas class that we're looking at, and canvas. Let's look at canvas class for a second, and we're sticking this add mouse listener in here. So if we look up canvas, the canvas class right here, and actually notice that canvas inherits from the component class. It's the component class that actually knows how to do the mouse listener. So right here we have an add mouse listener. Okay, so because canvas is a component and our CV isotrope is a canvas, then this guy knows how to add a mouse listener. Okay, so now we can add a mouse listener, and we use the same idea of the anonymous class here. If we look at the MouseAdapter class, let's find that. Here's the MouseAdapter class. We have this mouse pressed method. And what this does actually is, notice the parameter here. We had a window event parameter when we were looking at our window closing method. We have a mouse event parameter for mouse pressed. And that mouse event, here's the mouse event right here. So that mouse event has a bunch of information about the mouse click that it can pass us. So, and that includes, like, you know, a certain number of clicks registered for the event. That we can get the point where the click was made, or we can separately get the X and Y values. And notice it says here, returns the horizontal X position of the event relative to the source component. The source component is, in this case, is our CV isotrope canvas. So now when we ask the event, okay, so we got past this mouse event, we can call getX on it. It'll tell us the X relative to this component, because this is where we registered the MouseAdapter. Okay, it's in this canvas. So this X is the X relative to the canvas. It's not, so no matter where that canvas is on the screen, it's the X relative to the upper left corner of that canvas. Okay, and the same thing with the Y. Okay, then this repaint method basically says queue up a call to the paint method. Okay, and then it's our, where's our paint method? And then our paint method will get called. And again, let's see, you could, just like we did in redirect, where we had this override thingy here. Notice mouse pressed has the yellow underline. If you're in NetBeans, you might want to add a override there. So that's the basics of how the MouseAdapter works.